her boss, Frank.
Okay, kid, what do you got?
According to statistics, since the president authorized higher levels of arsenic in the drinking water, an epidemic of related illnesses has skyrocketed locally.
No! Give me something sexier. Give me... Stork and Gawk Night is coming up with the Jello wrestling and all the enthusiasm and the emollients over at the Stumble Inn. Isn't that the kind of story we ought to be working on?
But Mr. Barry, that was last week's cover story.
Oh, yeah. How soon I forget. Go on.
Well, there's the missing traffic light on Quibble Street that has the neighborhood up in arms. 5 little old ladies, a crippled orphan, and a Pekingese were run down last week.
I need something with more meat. Something that will affect everybody in the vast population that reads Ass Magazine, America's most popular posterior publication.
There is that bizarre summer cold front that's skipping every part of the country except us. How about a human interest story on heat complaints in tenement buildings? We could find a landlord with plenty of building code violations, focus on a sickly tenant who's freezing and about to be evicted. Maybe an old lady? I have
Cut to the chase, little Chotchkiller. This is... Oy.
Well, there's the Bickersons, who have a building on Neuter and Log with hundreds of health code violations and a lot of irate tenants. There's even a little old lady in there who they've been trying to evict for years in order to jack up the rent. Mrs. Dribble. She's become a sort of folk hero to...
All right! You got your story. Now get out there and investigate.
Yes, sir.
Grandma! It's me, Gonad! Throw me the keys!
Is that you, honey? I didn't hear you. Wait just a second. You okay down there?
I brought you some blankets, Grandma.
Come on in, honey. Bless you. I just can't get used to the cold. You want some tea, dear?
That's okay, Granny. I can't stay long.
Landlord is evil, but we will prevail. For the landlord is evil, but we will prevail. Landlord evil, grandma good, go not doom, go not sure. And you know we will prevail.
You mean when you used to have heat?
I just don't get it. Why are we having such cold weather in August and only in Hummerville?
Get your damn monkey ass over here, Miss Thing.
What?
Who that nappy ass hoe?
You sniveling troglodyte! That'll teach you to fuck with the lady, you little peckerwood. Now, how are we gonna get rid of those chump-ass tenants downstairs, George?
All right, I'll tell you, Labia. Just give me some breathing room. Noticed anything different about the weather lately? That mysterious cold front that just happened to engulf the city is part of my master plan to force all the unwanted tenants out of my buildings so we can move in the yuppies and raise the rents 1,000%!
How'd you do it, Dingleberry?
Do you remember that vacation we took to the North Pole last summer? Well, while you were gorging yourself on whale blubber at the Mount Harry Lodge, I stumbled upon the greatest folk legend since Bigfoot!
What are you getting at, Nitwit?
Take a gander! The bipolar bear! Think it's a joke, do you? Well, I'll show them!
So, George Dickinson, super slumlord. Happy with the cold front I've sent?
Right on time, Snow King! You're the master of the North! Soon as we empty my buildings of tenants and convert all my properties to ski lodges, we'll be rolling in cash! Hummerville will put Aspen out of business! Yes!
I'm sure. Once Mr. Pathos and I set up our southern kingdom in Honorville, no one can stop us, not even electra and fluffer. Right, dude?
I'll fuck them up.
Oh, you motherfuckers! I'll kill all of you! What the fuck? I can't stand myself! What the fuck?
He's, feeling a little bit under the weather. He's bipolar.
So, what do you call this?
This is my piece de resistance. From this central control panel, I can turn on or off any radiator in the building. Watch. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Would you like an icicle, dear?
Look, Granny, the radiator's coming on.
Hello, Mrs. Dribble, remember me?
Of course! Jennifer Swallows, the reporter from Ass Magazine. Meet my grandson, Gonad.
When are you gonna do an article on Electra, Elf, and Fluffer, Miss Swallows?
You'd have to ask my editor. I'm actually here to do a profile on your struggle to avoid being evicted, Mrs. Dribble. How's it going?
Oh, dear. I've been having an awful time trying to organize the tenants. So many of them give up and move out.
Well, we've got your back covered at ass, Mrs. Dribble. We want to help you with a probing piece of investigative journalism that will awaken the conscience of the community.
Why, you wonderful young lady. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Would you like a cold cup of tea?
Damn you, Bickerson! How could anyone conduct experiments under these conditions? It's a disgrace! If only Mary Bloomberg hadn't cut our funding, I could work in the school laboratory with proper equipment.
You sure you don't mind if I spend the night in your guest room, Mrs. Dribble?
Nonsense, Miss Swallows. It's too late and cold for you to go home alone. You've been so nice to me. It's the least I can do. And when you wake up, I can tell you more for your little article.
This'll be so good for giving me an idea of what it's like to live in a Bickerson building.
Oh my!
Ha! This ought to keep him up all night!
I can't believe it. How can anyone sleep through this? Gee, I don't want to bother Mrs. Dribble. I'll go down to the basement and check the furnace. Maybe I can turn the heat down.
What? Too much heat? You can't sleep? Fight the big one! Ha 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 ha!
There. That should do it.
Well, what have we here?
Looks like we got a break-in, Labia. People want to live in our building so bad we can't keep them out.
What kind of outfit is that? You a hooker or something?
I'm Jennifer Swallows. I'm an investigative reporter from Ass Magazine and a guest of Mrs. Dribble's in apartment 9.
That old bag's a troublemaker. We've been trying to get rid of her. Snooping around, trespassing on our property. I ought to have you arrested.
You two should be arrested for terrorizing tenants and overcharging rents. Once my article comes out, you'll see.
Smartass, huh? You ain't going nowhere, floozy.
You leave me alone.
Precisely! Once we tie you up!
Let me go!
That ought to do it for now.
Come on, let's get the thumb screws and the branding irons. This ought to be fun. What's that, Miss Investigative Reporter? Cat got your tongue?
What? Bagora.
What the fuck? It's a walking radiator.
Don't just stand there, do something.
Pleased to meet you.
Give me that thing, you nitty.
What are we gonna do?
We gotta get back inside. We'll take the fire escape. Lift me up, pea-brain.
turned on your homing device.
Well, excuse me.
Well, how big is your lollipop, dear?
As if you'd ever find out.
Emergency, booby!
As usual.
I never!
She's throwing another star fit. Bitch!
Speed it up!
I know! Bipolar Bear! Something went wrong!
What do you mean?
There's a monster radiator loose in my building and I can't stop it! You gotta come down here and turn it off!
I don't do house calls.
I'm serious! This could ruin our plans! Only you have the power to freeze it!
So you make the mess and I have to clean it up. Bickerson, this is gonna cost you.
Whatever you say, just get down here! Please!
Oh my gosh! This is so much fun! Look at the Piper planes! Trying to get out of the way! Oh look! A flock of seagulls! My favorite! This is the happiest day of my life! I love going on trips! I'm so happy! I'm invincible! I can do anything!
Somerville coming up.
I'm ready to take life by the balls!
Oh, SNMW.
Oh no! This is too much! I can't do it! I'm a failure! What's the use? Laughing stock. Nobody needs me! Who am I kidding? I have to take a nap.
You're telling, dude. Did your synthiacs run out?
Oh God, how charming! Ah, the taste of hemp! Too bad there's not enough THC content to get a fly high.
Jennifer Swallows removes from her pocket a super pill, synthesized by Professor McNerds. It contains a concentrated dose of LSD, the most powerful hallucinogen known to man, also known as Elf Serum 235.
Let's go, Fluffer. I just did.
A perfect landing. Nippy weather we're having. Well, all right.
Your Emperor has arrived!
Today, Hummerville. Tomorrow, the world, yes!
It's that pesky elf and her damn cur. They're here to louse up our plans.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I'm the greatest.
He's on the roll again. Cheese.
My dictatorship will be even better than the Bush crime family. Only a few 100 million will die.
Somebody stop that elf!
I switched from Zoloft to Lambsville to stop the kindling. Then I got the fatal rash, and I switched to Wellbutrin, Neurontin, and Ambien for insomnia. And now I'm cycling on Xanax, and it's not working. Whoa! Shit!
Get the scoop when Electra Elf shows up somewhere.
Just lucky, I guess. It couldn't be my superior detective skills.
No way, Jose. As if.
Hey, Wesley, what you gonna do with that picture?
Jerk off! Keep off! God!
No.
Yo, baby, you gotta give me your phone number. I think heaven called them missing an angel. Why don't you come on over and talk to me?
Whoa, I'd like to tap that ass and have a keg party.
Hey, baby, party's over here. What are you, a lesbian or something?
Hey, baby, is that a mirror in your skirt? Because I can totally see myself in it.
Wow! Hey, baby, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I next to each other.
What's the matter, baby? Why don't you smile, bitch?
It's Electra Elf!
Pestering women on the street is no way to score with the ladies. No woman appreciates being harassed when she's only trying to get from point A to point B.
And just because a woman chooses not to respond to you doesn't make her a lesbian. Of course, when you behave so rudely, she may choose lesbianism as an alternative.
Also remember that just because a human being has a vagina doesn't mean that she'll smile on command. Just like men, women have bad days and want to be left alone.
Of course, maybe if you smiled at a woman instead of licking your lips in a foul manner, she might smile back.
But if what you're really interested in is meeting women, why not try placing a personals ad, taking a class, going out dancing, or perhaps joining a social group?
There are a lot of ways to meet women, but your current approach is not one of them.
It would be nice to go out on a date with a woman instead of drinking beer with some dudes.
Yeah, we've been out here for 3 hours. Not a single woman has spoken to us.
Yeah. Let's try respecting women as though they were fellow human beings, and maybe they'll talk to us.
Now we know!
And knowing is half the battle.